Today, I'm doing Genesis chapter 11. Make sure to like, share, follow. Genesis chapter 11 is the Tower of Babel. Now, the whole earth had one language and the same words. And as people migrated from the east, they found a plain in the land of Shinar and settled there. And they rose to each other, "Come, let us make bricks and burn them thoroughly." And they had bricks for stone, and they had tar for mortar. And they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top reaches to the heavens. And let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered over the face of the whole earth." Then Yahweh came down to see the city and the tower that humankind was building. And Yahweh said, "Behold, they are one people with one language, and this is only the beginning of what they will do. So now nothing that they intend to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language there, so that they will not understand each other's language." So Yahweh scattered them from there over the face of the whole earth, and they stopped building the city. Therefore its name was called Babel. For there Yahweh confused the language of the whole earth, and there Yahweh scattered them over the face of the whole earth. These are the descendants, the generations of Shem. When Shem was 100 years old, he fathered Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived 500 years after he fathered Arphaxad, and he fathered other sons and daughters. When Arphaxad had lived 35 years, he fathered Shelah. And Arphaxad lived 400 years and 3 years after he fathered Shelah, and he fathered other sons and daughters. When Shelah had lived 30 years, he fathered Eber, and Shelah lived 403 years after he fathered Eber, and he fathered other sons and daughters. When Eber had lived 34 years, he fathered Peleg, and Eber lived 430 years after he fathered Peleg, and he fathered other sons and daughters. When Peleg had lived 30 years, he fathered Reu, and Peleg lived 209 years after he fathered Reu, and he fathered other sons and daughters. When Reu had lived 32 years, he fathered Serug, and Reu lived 207 years after he fathered Serug, and he fathered other sons and daughters. When Serug had lived 30 years, he fathered Nahor, and Serug lived 200 years after he fathered Nahor, and he fathered other sons and daughters. When Nahor had lived 29 years, he fathered Terah, and Nahor lived 19 years after he fathered Terah, and he fathered other sons and daughters. When Terah had lived 70 years, he fathered Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah fathered Abraham, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran fathered Lot. And Haran died in the presence of Terah, his father, in the land of his birth, and of the Chaldeans. And Abram and Nahor took wives for themselves, and the name of Abram was Sarai, and the name of the wife of Nahor was Milcah, and the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah and Isaac. And Sarai was barren. She had no children. And Sarai took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran his grandson, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, the wife of Abram his son, and went out with them from Ur of the Chaldeans to the land of Canaan. And they went to Haran, and they settled there. And the days of Terah were 205 years. Terah died in Haran. May God bless the reading of his word. Make sure to like, share, and follow. Have a wonderful day. Be blessed.